Welcome back to Breakfast. Businesses keep expecting the economy to bounce back, but it keeps failing to fire up. The latest survey by the Institute of Economic Research shows firms' confidence sank in the past few months. So are they now just facing reality, or does it indicate the economy has taken a turn for the worse? With us now is the Institute's principal economist, Shamubeel Eaqub. Good morning to you, Shamubeel. Tell us, how sharp was this drop in confidence?
Well, confidence has come back quite a bit. So we were very optimistic last quarter, and this quarter businesses have turned pessimistic. But the fact of the matter is confidence has been kind of switching around quite a bit between optimism and pessimism, but the underlying pace of the economy has been going very much sideways.
Because firms' expectations of their own activity or reports of their own activity actually indicate reasonable economic growth. So are they just feeling a bit negative?
Well, I think there are two things that have been happening. For the last 3 to 4 years, we've been all expecting that this economic recovery would be stronger, that at some point in time things must get better. But what we've seen is this recovery has been very gradual, very slow, and firms continue to hope that things will get better. But the reality, I think, has been a little bit disappointing.
So does this latest survey indicate that we're now adjusting to that reality? Or is it an indication that perhaps the second quarter of this year was a bit negative?
Well, the second quarter of this year is still going sideways. What we're seeing is expectations are being formed to a more realistic level. So firms are being a little bit less optimistic about June quarter and the September quarter. But what we're seeing underlying that is the fundamentals of the economy are okay. You know, we're still selling a bit more. We're carrying a bit of inventory. Prices aren't rising much. There's nothing in there that's particularly exciting, but at the same time, there's nothing in there that's particularly worrying either.
You say that firms keep expecting this sort of V-shaped recovery, that things will really take off at some point, and that the date for that keeps being pushed out. Is it perhaps just not going to happen like that this time?
This time is different, yeah. Look, I mean, what we're seeing is this recovery is very different to other recoveries we've had. And our experience has always been that you have a recession and then you come out of the blocks firing, all guns blazing. But this time around, it's been this very gradual, very shallow recovery. And that's really been underpinned by the fact that households and businesses are all being very careful. We're paying down debt. We're saving. This is exactly what we should be doing. But boy, it hurts when it comes to running a business.
If you were to remove Canterbury from the equation, what would it look like?
Very stagnant. So Canterbury is one really bright spot in the economy. We're very encouraged that we're starting to see that the economy is starting to fire. The building sector there is beginning to improve. And, you know, all the sort of indications in Canterbury are heading in the right direction. But in the rest of New Zealand, it is very much a story of stagnation.
Thank you very much, Shamubeel. That is Shamubeel Eaqub, the principal economist at the New Zealand Institute of Economic Research.